Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is 12-inch PvPenis, and this is going to be a video on why you should not invest Universal Sculptures into Charles Martel as a free-to-play player. First of all, I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. If you guys haven't been here before and you don't know who I am, I'm a free-to-play T5 player. I've currently been playing for 352 days, and I am 61 million power. My original goal was to hit T5 within 10 months, and I did it on day 273. Now, I'm going to give a disclaimer here and say that Charles Martel is not bad. I don't say don't invest into him because I think Charles Martel is bad. In fact, I think Charles Martel is very, very good. And that's why I would suggest putting stars into him until he's level 60. But this is a whole different can of worms. I'm making this video because I hear people investing in Charles Martel a lot. And this meme is like super upvoted. And it kind of bothers me to like see like Reddit hive mind to this extent. It's kind of crazy, honestly, because this is a lot of early game players that are looking at this and are thinking about investing in Charles Martel and will be fucking their accounts because of it. You know, with that disclaimer in mind, let's move forward. So the first reason on why I think you should not do a Universal Sculpture into Charles Martel as a free-to-play is because of your gold sculpture economy. Okay, if you're a free-to-play player, yeah, I get my advice also kind of extends out to low spenders, but this is especially true of free-to-play players. As a free-to-play player, you're not even investing into Richard until you're done with YSG. I finished YSG, yeah, I could have done it faster, but I finished it pretty quickly on day 212. If I had invested into Charles Martel before that, I would have delayed it, and then I would not have been able to get value out of YSG for an even longer period of time. Getting YSG to his expertise state and getting Richard to a 5511 state is absolutely ridiculously crucial to your gem economy and your speed up economy as a free-to-play player. Like, you need these commanders. Barb chaining is basically the only way that you can compete in events, and it's the only way that you're going to stay in line with other spenders. I mean, if you want to be competitive at all in this game, you need to barb chain. You need Richard and you need YSG, and going to Martel first makes something that is already slow. It took me over 8 months. It was day 246 before I had Richard 5511 and YSG expertise. And I did that pretty fucking fast. If I did this with Charles Martel also, investing probably 50 to 70 to 80 sculpts to try and get him to a 5511 usable state, that would have delayed me weeks. And then I would have lost weeks of gems and speed ups from barb chaining. That's crazy. On top of that is your gold star economy. Like, if you're a free-to-play player, you're barely getting your epics to level 60. You know? Like, it took me a long-ass time to get all of my epics to level 60 because purple stars were rare for me as a free-to-play. So, legendary stars don't just grow on trees. Like, you're not just going to have an absolute ton by the time you get here, right? You're going to level 60 Richard. You're going to level 60 Ethelflad. And then, you know, you're going to be coming into level 60 Martel after those two. But that's like over 1,800 gold stars. Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a ton. You could delay your other commanders by doing this on top of already delaying the legendary sculpture investment. You could be delaying your stars and other commanders that you can use immediately. My second point here is going to be, how good is Martel really? Martel is a very good commander, but why would he be good for a free-to-play player specifically? So, first of all, I'd like to open up with saying I really love Charles Martel, and I use him a ton. He's a great pound-for-pound commander. He's pretty tanky. He does a lot of damage. And overall, he is a solid piece with good tech, equipment, and pairings, of course. And of course, you can slap him as a primary onto a Sun Tzu secondary, and it's a pretty early pairing. However, do you really have an open field capability by that point? If you're immediately opening up and investing in a Charles Martel off the bat to a usable state at 5511, are you going to be able to do that at the same time that your tech is ready to open field? Will this be an investment to the point where your open fielding is going to be okay even with low or mediocre tech? Or will this spur you onto the open field to further damage your account even more than it already is because you invested legendary sculptures outside of your core commanders, Alex, YSG, Richard 5511? And there's going to be a lot of arguments, of course, for he's a garrison commander. And what I'll say to that is, if you are a free-to-play player and you're like 40 mil or under and somebody attacks you, you're zeroed. You're like, this is not going to help you. You will just die. If you are unshielded somewhere and somebody wants to zero you, this will not stop you from getting zeroed. It being a garrison defense, it's a non-argument. It's not relevant at all until much, much later in the game. And by that point in the game, you have already naturally gotten Charles Martel the 5511. My third point here is going to be what you get for your investment after 5511. So, assuming you invest like 80 to 100 sculptures on this man very early because you want to field him ASAP. You know, you're pissed off because the YouTubers told you to wait on golden key commanders because they're all stupid, I guess. And you invested these sculptures, and now all the gold keys you get are going to give you more, right? They're going to stack on top of Charles Martel. So, assuming you invest enough sculptures to expertise him, right? This is now past our original argument of 5511. What you get for 500 sculptures past him at 5511, you get 20% counterattack damage, you get 10% extra stats, and you get 20% movement speed. Of course, you get some city stats. We're going to ignore that for now simply because if we treat him as a city garrison commander, he loses the movement speed, and the movement speed is more valuable than the garrison stats will be, especially for free-to-play. So 20% counterattack damage, 10% stats, 20% move speed. Does that sound like an investment a free-to-play player can make for 500 sculptures? You could actually basically expertise Alex, this commander right here. You could basically expertise this man. But instead, some people would tell you to invest in Charles Martel, and I don't understand why. It does not make any sense. It's just, he's good, and he's exceptionally good because he's for free from the tavern. But he becomes exceptionally shitty when you invest a fuckload of legendary sculpts into him, and you ignore the commanders that make you strong. You ignore the commanders that put you a step above other people. This commander does not put you a step above other people. This commander is a tool in the toolkit of a whale. Okay? A whale garrison, an arc. There are many things that can be done with this commander, just not generally for free-to-play or lore spenders. You know, if you've been playing this game for like 800 days and you know, you want to start moving towards your garrison abilities, you already have him done essentially from keys. By the point where you can start doing all this specialized stuff, you're already done with him. And, you know, you have to start putting those sculptures in Constantine or YSS or Theo. Like, there's so many other areas that need sculptures that it does not make any sense to put them into Charles Martel. I personally finished my Charles Martel at 5511 on day 265. Now, I'm a very active player, and I understand I'm not the case for every player on this game, right? So, yeah, maybe I got a little lucky from keys. Maybe I got a lot more keys than the average player. But the average player should probably get it around 10 or 11 months. Which is around the time the average free-to-play player should also get T5 if they're playing optimally. So, closing thoughts here. Yeah, I want to attack, first of all, the for fun argument is going to come up. Blah, blah, blah. You don't play, you know, I play the game for fun. How would you play it like this? You know, if you want to play the game your way, I respect that. Okay, I knew people who would delete all troops that weren't infantry because they wanted mono infantry in their city. I knew people that would pick Japan because they thought the samurais looked cool. Okay, those people are the lifeblood of the game. They're seriously really cool, okay? Those people are not telling you to pick Japan because they're the best. They pick Japan because it looks cool. If you're playing this game in a certain way that is less optimal because you find it more fun, more power to you. However, don't tell people that it's optimal. You can't make fun of people for playing optimally, then play suboptimally, and tell other people to play suboptimally, and still take yourself seriously. It's silly. And another thing is account goals, right? You know, if you want to invest in Charles Martel early, what is your overarching goal? Are you trying to have success in the open field? Are you trying to be a KVK1 fighter for free to play? Because, you know, if you want to do that because you think it's fun, like, more power to you. But why would you sacrifice your account's longevity and still think it's optimal? And then finally, my last point to add here is kind of also a point on the gold sculpture economy that I mentioned earlier, but you have like a whole commander roster. You know, you start off by building one very strong march. For me, it was Alex YSG. I built that March for runes. I have good gear on it. I specifically expertise them both because I want one very strong March to contend with other players, right? After that, I'm going to start building a roster of people who can work in a death ball, people who can work in different situations. Now I have Guan, I'm going for Constantine, then I'll be going for Leo, right? They're all tools in a toolkit, but Charles Martel is not the marquee of a commander roster. He is not the best commander. He can hold pound for pound even in super old kingdoms and super old KVKs, but that does not make him the best commander. It does not make him a commander worthy of your golden sculptures that are so rare already. And yeah, I mean, that's the argument there. If you guys disagree with me, feel free to drop your comments, or you can contact me on Discord, and I would love to talk to you guys. Or of course, I'm going to post this on Reddit, so you can comment on this thread, and I'll be responding. But I severely doubt there could be any real counter argument to why you should invest in Charles Martel. I think this meme it's funny because a lot of content creators do say that, but it's less funny when it has a ton of upvotes and people who are actually speaking sense about the topic are being downvoted. Like this is hive mind in the wrong direction. And like usually the hive mind is kind of funny, like when they took away the Mulan sculptures and everybody was like, oh my god, how could they take it away? But it was an obvious unfair advantage, so they obviously took away the Mulan sculptures, but everybody cried anyway. Like it's okay. Okay? It is okay to have hive mind sometimes. It is less okay when the Reddit hive mind will directly impact the accounts of many people starting the game, because the people that are starting the game, especially the free-to-play or low spenders, are people that I will be advising later, and I don't want them to have fucked accounts by the time I can help them on their way and show them what to do. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this content, be sure to drop a follow or sub. Be sure to join the Discord in the description below if you ever want notifications for when I go live or when I post a new video, or if you ever want to contact me while I'm not live. And if you guys are watching this video right now, I am actually currently live on Twitch. I will catch you guys later. Have yourselves a wonderful day.